Right, hey guys. Well, it's been a little while since I've actually done a video. I accidentally deleted a video, and then I had some problems with my NCE system, so I've got to send that back in to get it fixed. So right now I have no DCC, so I can't even run trains. Actually, that's a lie. I have a Digitrack system that I can use in the meantime, but don't really want to waste a lot of time bringing it down here, hooking it up, and then have to unhook it. So for right now, probably won't get to see any trains running. I don't think we've really seen much for trains running anyway. I got some stuff done that I've been working on over the last couple of weeks without the DCC system here. I'll show you what little bit I've done, and then hopefully over the course of the video we'll get some more done. Actually, I'm hoping to get the full set done and be able to do at least one loop around. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a
Okay,
few
as you
minutes.
probably recall, I'm planning on putting a container yard right here next to the furnace area. As you can see, I've got risers and I've just started putting in cork. My risers run all the way up here into the corner around the regular loop. As you can see, right about there I've stopped and I haven't glued anything else down, so everything else is just kind of sitting either pinned in or whatever. But what it's going to do is come all the way around this table and it'll come back down to right here. Now I didn't really need to put in this whole hill system, but my original plan was coming across here and entering in over to here and then come around back around and come into where that switch is sitting right now. But I decided against that, so for the moment we're gonna have, no matter what, I've already glued down quite a few pieces and I don't want to rip the styrofoam up and ruin it, so figure might as well have kind of an inclined area and see how it works. I decided on this idea because if we're gonna put the car factory here, which I still got a lot of work to do on that, I'm actually hoping to do a test cut today. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We'll see. I plan on videotaping that while I'm doing it. Other than that, pretty much that's the idea for right now. I'm actually hoping I got one more day before I got to go back to work. I'm going to try and get, a couple more of these glued down. I'm actually, let's see. Yeah, this is actually glued. I can actually skip that or take that one out and do one more yet today. So this is right here. This is the last of the risers going up. So once that's glued in, we have all the upwards risers going in. This one right here is actually just a 4-inch one, and then the next set of risers coming down begins right there. Originally I thought about putting a bridge in here, and I could still go with that idea. I'd just have to find a bridge that I want to use and do that. I may run down to the train shop and get one today just out of curiosity. I know I've got to cut that piece to make it work, but that's no big deal. I'd actually kind of like some room, where maybe I can kind of make it look like there's a road going back here to a tunnel or something. But as of right now, that's all I actually have. Okay, so I was talking about actually making a full loop. Now what I meant by that is the system over there would have an AR1 on it to keep the current going the right direction when it comes back onto the switch and goes around. And of course there's more than enough track there to have most lengths of trains be able to go up the hill and around. But we're over here at the yard. As you know, my yard's not completely done. I have some mess here, but as you can see there's a black line kind of drawn here, and it kind of continues around there and off the edge of the table. It's really hard to see because I got so much junk sitting here. But I plan on cleaning all this mess out here. This probably won't get done today, but I plan on getting all that mess hooked up or cleaned up And somewhere down there behind the green and the brown auto rack, there's another switch back there, and that's how that's going to come back and hook back into the yard and go back out through the tunnel at the far end. So for right now, that's the plan. Okay, welcome back, guys. What I'm doing today is kind of giving you an idea how my circuit works. It can cut styrene, it can cut all sorts of different things. What you're looking at here is my TV that I'm using for a computer monitor. But the circuit website, you go there and it's got a design program. Now, I've got the letters set up, but I haven't decided how tall I want it or how small I want them. But I'm thinking that might be okay. So we're gonna zoom back out. So I just got the word motel written in there. We're going to try and use that to cut out. I have the sheet right here. This yellow piece is what we're actually going to cut it out of. And what we're doing is putting it onto this board. But what we're going to do is we'll end up separating each separate letter. You know, we'll cut it out with the scissors, and then we'll cut these little squares out. And then we plug all these little wires into each square, which are separate then from the squares that are on there now. You know, it's just a big square with six spaces. But let's get this thing ready to go, and I'll show you how it works here in just a second. Okay, so as you've seen on the screen, we got the word motel on there. We've got the sheet, the sticky sheet with the little piece of kind of vinyl cutout stuff on there. So what I do is there's a button on here that's got the little circuit thing and it says go. So I click that. It brings me to another screen kind of showing me how many squares it's going to take up on the screen. And we're pretty much only taking up the first square. This is going to be quite small. I'm gonna do it again later, but yellow is not a color I'm going to use, so I'm going to cut it out in yellow just to show you guys how this works. Now I hit the go button, and the computer screen, I wish I could show both at the same time, but my screen editing program ain't working. So it says to set the dial, which is right here. I already got it set to vinyl because I tried to cut once and messed up. So then you just hold it up a little bit so that it'll get under the wheels here and here. And then right now I don't know if you can see the light flashing for load. You hit load, it loads, the blade will come across, set itself. Now it's asking me to hit the circuit button, which is very much the go button. So we're going to hit that. It'll center itself, decide what it wants to do. As you can see, it's going to town. It's just really small letters. Okay, now it is done. So I hit the unload or the load unload button again. It kicks it out. And it actually, because it's so small, it actually pulled some of my pieces out of the thing. But you can actually see the word motel written on there. Although I don't know what it did. It moved the O. When it actually cut the O, the centerpiece of the O got moved, and it's actually stuck on top of the T. So you can't really see them. They're right here. It's all cut out there. But now let's just take this off of here, and then now let's see, what can we do here. I don't know how well you can see it. You can see where some of the pieces were. Just kind of threw a monkey wrench in where I want it, or how to do this, but what I'm going to end up doing is getting out my X-Acto knife and pulling the pieces out so we can look at them. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, so I'm really zoomed in, so I apologize in advance for any bouncing that it does. I'm gonna have to do some. Obviously, this ain't the actual lettering that I'm using, but it's close. As you can see, it cut it out. It did, while it was cutting it, actually pull the center of the O out and part of the E, so it actually looks like a C. But as you can see, it does a very nice job at cutting. I want to do one later. I'm going to kind of the reason I'm doing actually motel is it's going to be I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this. Let me zoom back out here. Let me grab this. This is a model that I bought quite a while ago. I'll zoom back in on it. It's not done, obviously. I've been working on it, doing different ideas, to make it look different. This is the house from Psycho, from the Bates Motel, and that's actually what I plan on building. I've got the roof and all the other parts back behind me. I just got to finish. I've been doing some. All this that I did here, I actually watered the paint down really badly and then put it in my airbrush and sprayed it, and then it gave me that kind of peeling paint look. I thought it turned out really nice, because you got some spots that are really thick and white and others that aren't. I've been working on this for quite a while. I really need to finish it, and then I want to find a spot on the layout where it's going to be. Okay, so I cut out the M out of the motel, and this is just kind of an example of how this is done. So anyway, this is the Miller signboard here, and I'm obviously zoomed way in on it. Now you actually cut these pieces out, then obviously the yellow area would cover the whole thing, so it's actually part of the lettering. And now the cool thing about this is I'm in let's see, I think I'm in mode 20 right now, which is just static on, and it's got a switch and a button on here. Let's see if I can show you that real quick. Quit tilting the camera every which way. Anyway, here it is. This is the unit. So you can put it in the camera range a little bit. So you can see a switch there, and then over here is a button. So that button, I push it however many times I want it to get different. We'll just see if we can get this to work here. So supposedly I'm on 20. So let's just 21 should be all the letters flashing, which if I had all the wires hooked up, each piece would flash. So right now, as you see, it's flashing. Then there's I don't really know what load up does. That's load up as well. That's supposed to be fill up. I don't see it working. And that's just a flash. See, I think this works better when you got this all cut apart, and that's I'm not really sure how it's supposed to do it. Right now it's just kind of a blinking, so it can't really do anything different because other than blink, because it's like shutting it off, then it's going to the next one, the next one, the next one. But for right now, this is kind of how it's gonna work. I think I'm gonna have to get another one of these kits so I can have one say Bates and the other one say Motel. But I'm thinking this is gonna work. Kind of interesting. All right, back to you guys. Alright, so as you can see, I've gotten quite a bit done. Actually, it's taken me quite a bit of time to get it done. I've just been lazy when coming home from work. Pretty much anything that don't have pins in it or just has T-pins in it is already glued. Some of this needs to be glued, like right in here. Now this here is not the actual way it's going to go. I haven't really decided. We're only going to glue up to right about here as far as the cork for right now until I make a decision. What I'm thinking is I'm going to have to make a corner here and then probably one over here, and then we're going to come back over here and hook up somewhere here, but we haven't decided yet. If I do over here, I got to have some sort of, I got a double slip. I just got to make it DCC compatible. Just a matter of cutting two little jumpers underneath, and then I think I got to solder some wires to them, but I'm not sure. We'll figure that out when the time comes. But that's what I have done. So I know it's not really much. You seen my idea for my Bates Motel. Trying to get all that glued together, getting stuff going. As I do the actual motel, I will do a small video like I did with the motel sign. Alright, so that's
Alright guys, so we didn't really get much done, and I've been kind of slacking because of my new job and stuff, but I do have plenty of stuff to do. As you've seen, we got the circle almost complete over there. Next time I want to figure out the next part to get it full circle over there, so we'll have half the loop done. I want to get the AR1 installed. If we have time, I have the piece already made. I just need, out here on the yard, I need to make a small extension on the yard to make the loop around the outside of the yard. But as far as that, I think that's all I really have for this week. Hopefully we'll get a lot more done next week. I'd like to be to the point of ready to run trains, or at least be thinking about it. I'm mainly just interested in getting all the cork down. Once all the cork's down, I can lay track at any point. After that, that seems to be a lot easier than trying to fight with pinning the cork down and then gluing it and then pinning it back down and stuff. I like to just see how things work, so I always pin it down before I even think of gluing it. I'm sure you figured that out by now. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, and comment on the video. I always like the comments. I do read them. I try to reply to as many of them as I can, but sometimes between work and all my other projects, especially with it being spring now and the motorcycle ready to run, I'm trying to get as much done as I can. So until next time, we'll see you, and hopefully we'll get some more done here.